back to my channel. Today is Tuesday and I'm going to be filming a fall recipe video for you guys. The reason why I decided to do this video is because I've been seeing a lot of it on YouTube, and I watched, I believe, 3 videos where these 3 different individuals made chili for their fall recipe, and honestly I was disappointed because when I watched it they used canned beans. Who uses canned beans for chili? Like, it's so easy to make it fresh. So I'm gonna go ahead and be making my version of chili, and I've made it like this one other time and it came out pretty good. I liked it, but normally back home I would make my chili different, but we don't have the red chili that I need here, so I've kind of modified, just pulling my hair. So I've modified my recipe just based off of what we have here. And the second thing I'm gonna be making is pumpkin chocolate chip bread. Ow, stop. Ooh. This bread recipe I found off of Pinterest, and it's really simple and hopefully it's really good as well. Keesh. But it has very simple ingredients. It's not a whole lot, and she's like obsessed with my glasses. It's very simple ingredients. It's not a whole lot of stuff. You don't have to do a lot, so hopefully it comes out really good. I'm sorry for this little one. I'm sorry. She is so naughty. She had an appointment yesterday. Yeah, yesterday on Monday. And they took her height and weight. She weighs 23, a little over 23 pounds. She was 25 before, but I think because she was sick this past weekend and she didn't really eat solids too much, she lost some weight. Lost 2 pounds, girl. And then she's 31 inches tall. So we got a big girl here. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna jump into the video. Okay, you guys, to get started, I have my pinto beans here, and I'm just gonna use this full bag. What I usually like to do, the way my mom always would tell us to do, I clean the beans. I clean off the beans first, so I cleaned off the countertop before this. I used my Miss Myers product. What I used. It smells so good, you guys. If you guys follow anybody on YouTube who has a link for Grove Collaborative, use it and get some free products. This smells amazing. I wish I had a link for you guys, but obviously my YouTube channel isn't that big, so I don't have one. I just take out the ugly ones like this. And then sometimes you'll find like I found like little rocks or like chunks of like sand in my beans before. So I just like to kind of, you know, go through it really quick and make sure that there's nothing in there that shouldn't be in there. So now that my beans are sifted through, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in this bowl. And you can soak your beans overnight. I'm not really sure. I think it just helps it cook like faster. And honestly, like, beans don't even take that long to cook. Like, if you have it on the stovetop on high, I would say about 3 hours. So like, that's not too bad. 2 to 3 hours. I don't have a pressure cooker or a crock pot, but if you have a crock pot, you could soak your beans overnight. You don't have to, but if you don't, then you could just toss your beans. I'm sorry, Ayana is freaking out. Ayana, hold on, baby. One moment. Anyways, I just put all my beans in here, and I'm just gonna put water on there and cover it. Not cover it, but just enough water to cover the beans. Some of them will start floating, but I'm gonna let this soak for probably about an hour, and then I'm gonna put it in the pot and let it cook. But if you have a crock pot, you could just toss this in there with water. You could rinse it off, toss it in there with water, and you could let it cook all day, so for about 8 hours, and your beans will be ready by the evening time. But this is just what I'm gonna do. She was crying. Okay, so as you guys can see, let me move this over. Not very much water in there. There's not a whole lot of water in there, but it should be enough to let it soak. Right now it's about 2 o'clock, and I forgot when I went to the grocery store. Look at my hairs. When I went to the, are you okay? When I went to the grocery store, I forgot to get batteries for my Halloween lights, and I forgot to get some drinks. So I'm gonna probably get some drinks, some batteries, and I think that's all we need. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be back and we'll start the beans. All right, bye. We are just outside. Carl needed his card to pay for some stuff at work. They had battery pictures or something like that, but he ordered some, and he needed to pay for them today. So I went ahead and I gave his card back, and that's when Ayana and I went outside, and we took some pictures, and I let her play on, it's not a black top, it's kind of squishy, but it's like hard at the same time. It's kind of rough. But she was crawling around on there. First she was playing with the leaf, and then she started crawling around, and she had fun though, but her cheeks started getting cold, so we decided to come back inside. I just washed her up, and she's nursing right now actually. So yeah, that's it. Probably in about 15 to 20 minutes I'm gonna start the beans on the stove for you guys, and I'll show you guys what I do next. Hey you guys, welcome back. So it's been about an hour since I started soaking the beans, maybe an hour and a half, but here they are. As you can see, it soaked up quite a bit of water. There's still some in there. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it off, drain it, and put it into a pot after this. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you the ingredients that I'm adding. I like to keep my chili very simple. You could add fresh onion, you could add bell pepper to the whole mix, and it'll really spice it up. But what I like to add are these two. And I like the tomato, so that it has like something fresh in it. And this is the rotel. This is the original. They have a hot version which has habanero peppers, but I chose to use this one because I decided to try this mix today. And they have a original one. Oh, there's like a little bit of water on there. But this is original. They have original, and I chose to do the hot one and see how this one is. But this is basically just chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, probably some salt and pepper. But it's all mixed up in here, so it makes it easier. Just dump it in, and that's it. So if you want to add your own, or you have your own spices, you could add your own spices, and you don't have to go out and buy this. But I didn't have the chili powder. I didn't have chili powder or onion powder, so that's why I grabbed this, because I didn't want to grab that and then just have it sitting in my cabinet and not really use it as much. And then the next thing that I'm going to add is ground beef. So these are the items that I'm putting into my beans, and it's very simple, but it's better than using canned beans. And like I said, no recipe is the same, but you could add the onions, bell peppers, you could add jalapenos, whatever you like to your taste, modify it however you like, and it's gonna come out good. I mean, this is just like a basic recipe. The thing, like I said, that bugged me about those ones was that everything that they did was very simple. Like, they didn't do anything crazy, but then they're using cans of beans. I'm like, what's the point of putting it into a crock pot if the beans are coming from the can? Like, you could just warm them up on the stove and then there you go, you're done. But they didn't do that. That's the thing that bugged me the most about it. So that's why I decided to make this, just to show how simple and easy it is to make your own beans. Okay, I'm gonna get started with browning my ground beef, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I started off by rinsing off the beans, and then I just drained out the excess water, and I moved the beans into the pot and put clean water into my pot. Okay, next I'm going to add my rotel and the seasoning mix. Just mix that up and then put it on the stove on medium high. Okay, so I got the beans started. Now I'm just browning the ground beef, breaking it up into smaller pieces.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be. Pieces of my mind are yours. I forgot the parts I'm missing.
Now that the ground beef is done browning, I'm just going through and breaking up any bigger chunks that are left, and then I'm gonna drain any excess grease. I did use lean ground beef, so very little grease came off, and I'm just gonna add that ground beef into the beans now. Once I added the ground beef, I let the beans cook for another 2 hours. And then while that was cooking, I went ahead and I started the pumpkin chocolate chip bread, which I'm going to show you guys next. Okay, to start the recipe, I'm just taking 2 cups of all-purpose flour and putting it into a bowl. And this is going to be a dry mix, so it's going to be separate from the rest of our ingredients. The next ingredient that I'm adding is going to be 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. add 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. Now we're just going to whisk together all the dry ingredients and set it aside. In a new bowl, you're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar.
What it could be, pieces of my mind are yours. I forgot the parts I'm missing. I pretend that we are okay, like nothing's ever broken. And I pretend that we are dancing, like the nights are never
Then you're going to add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Also, you're going to add 2 eggs and then go ahead and mix that as best you can. Once you get that mixed, you're going to slowly add in your dry ingredients into the egg mixture. It does get pretty thick and kind of flaky, so just mix it as best you can. Once you get all of that mixed up, you're going to add 1/2 cup of water in gradually. Once you've got all the water mixed in, go ahead and add 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. I did grab 2 of these, and I don't know what I was thinking when I got it. I thought 1 can was 1/2 cup, but when I was looking at it here, you see me stop and look at it because I realized that that's way more than 1 cup. It's actually 16 ounces, so 1 can is 2 cups. I just put 1 can in, and I'm just gonna see how it comes out.
we are okay, like nothing's ever broken. And I pretend that we are dancing, like the nights are never ending.
Once you get the pumpkin all mixed in, you're gonna add 1 cup of chocolate chips. I got the chocolate chips all mixed in, and it did make a lot of batter, so I went ahead and I separated it into 2 loaf pans, and I let that bake for about 60 minutes. Here is the finished product for the pumpkin bread. It did come out very good, even though I added more pumpkin puree than the recipe called for. I also did add in 1 extra cup of chocolate chips because I did separate it into 2. I felt like it needed a little bit more. And here is my finished chili.
Like nothing's ever broken, and I pretend that we are dancing like the nights are never ending. We will live the lives, we will live the lives, live the lives, we will live the lives in the fast lane.
Now that the chili is all done, I went ahead and I cut up some lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and we're gonna go ahead and have Frito pie tonight with the chili.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be. Pieces of my mind are yours. I forgot the parts I'm missing. I pretend that we are okay.
Okay, so here's our dinner for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, go ahead and hit the bell notification so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And I do apologize for not uploading. We have been sick and I'm trying to figure out how to edit with the new camera, but for the meantime I'll try to upload as much as I can. Alright, you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you. Bye.